Today's lesson is 3.1, Lines and Angles. If two lines are parallel lines, let's spell it right. There we go. Our parallel lines, and the symbol for parallel that we use in geometry are two slashes like this. They do not intersect, which means, of course, that they do not touch each other, and that they are coplanar, which means they are on the same plane. In this lesson, we're going to start talking about a transversal. This is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at different points. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that would look like. So here are my two seemingly parallel lines, A and B. Now remember, we are not told that they're parallel. We're just assuming that they are based off their looks. To know for certain that they are parallel, we need to be told that. One way we can be told is by using that symbol that I showed you. A is parallel to B. Now I know that they are parallel. Or by marking the picture with this symbol. It could be there, it could be here, it doesn't matter, but both lines need to have that symbol. Sometimes you see it as a shaded in triangle, but it's going to appear on both of the lines A and B. That means that T, which I purposely use the letter T for, is my transversal. So there's my transversal, because it is intersecting point A right here and line B right there. When we talk about this, we need to talk about the 8 angles that are showing up. 1, 2, 3, 4 around line A and transversal T, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8, these 4 angles around line B and transversal T. So I have my total of 8 angles. The ones in between lines A and B, these 4 angles right here, they are going to be called my interior angles, because as you've guessed it, they are inside between the two parallel lines A and B. And then these 4 angles, the 2 on the top and the 2 on the bottom, so the 2 with line A, the 2 with line B, they are both going to be called exterior, because they are outside of the angles. So outside of A, outside of B, interior and exterior. All right, what we're going to learn in this lesson is the special names for these 8 angles right here. One of the things that we're going to talk about is the relationship to the transversal. We're going to talk about the sides of the transversal. So when we're talking about the transversal, we're going to be talking about being on the same side of it versus the alternate side of the transversal. So being here and here, this is what would be considered alternate. When I alternate from a point here, which is an exterior point, I have to jump over this transversal line, but I can't end here. Because I must talk about the group around point A, around line A, considered and putting it to the group of angles around line B. So I need to then slide all the way down to the other exterior point, and these would be considered alternate. Exterior, of course, because they are outside. Likewise, right here, if I were to talk about this interior point and I were to alternate, I would have to jump the transversal, jump it, and then slide on down to the opposite parallel line. Okay, so it always has to go from one set of 4 to the other set of 4 when we talk about them. Okay, I need to have one from each. All right, let's go ahead and learn about our angles. So our same side interior angles. These are angles that are interior So they're going to be on that inside. They're going to be in this position right here, the interior spot. And they are on, of course, the same side of the transversal, which is why they're called same side interior angles. So if we go ahead and look at them, we're talking about this angle here and this angle here. Notice I went from one group of 4 to the other group of 4, but I stayed on the same side of the transversal. I did not jump it. Likewise, there are the 2 right here and right here. Okay, same side. These are also same side exterior angles also exist. Just remember, exterior would mean we're out here and out here. So the pink would slide up and down. Those two would be my same side exterior for the pinks, and the blues would slide up and down, and those would be my same side exterior on the blue side. Same idea. The rest of this we're going to come back and fill out in the next video. Corresponding angles. Now these are probably the hardest. Corresponding angles have corresponding positions relative to the transversal. So for corresponding, let me finish this up. For corresponding, it's all about where I am placed along the transversal. When we look at our 8 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, it's all about their placement. Their placement here and their placement here. Okay, remember when I do this, right? This would have been 4, and this would have been 3, and this would be 5, and this would be 6. These two go together. 4 and 6 are same side. Sorry, 4 and 5 are same side, and then 3 and 6 would be same side if I use the numbers. What I have to do is I have to go from one group to the other group. So I'm always going from one parallel line to the other parallel line. So when I talk about their positions, 1 would be, if I do the circle, in the upper left corner. Angle 1 makes that upper left corner. So I need to come down here. What makes my upper left corner there? Angle 5. Those two would be considered corresponding. Angle 2 would make my upper right-hand corner. There you can see it. So who makes my upper right-hand corner here? Angle 6. They would be corresponding. Angle 3, my bottom right, would go to angle 7. And lastly, angle 4 would go to angle 8, corresponding. It's all about their position in the set of 4 around line A and around line B relative to the transversal T. Okay? And once again, we'll come back and we'll talk about what they are to each other and do that example in the next lesson. All right, the 2 alternates, the alternate interior and the alternate exterior angles. They're pretty much the same, it's just their positioning. Alternate interior angles are non-adjacent angles that lie between the lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So that interior means that we're just going to stay inside here. Remember, alternate means that I'm going to go from this point, I'm going to jump across, and I'm going to slide on down to the other line, because I always have to go from one parallel to the other, right? I have to have one angle here, one angle there. So I have this angle here. Oops, let me make it a little bit thicker. There we go. This angle here. It's going to jump across and slide down. There's my other alternate. And then this angle here, my other interior, would jump across and slide down over here. Color is very important because it's telling you who goes with who. Blue with blue because they both have the 2 dots. Pink with pink because they're both pink and they have the 1 dot. All right, alternate exterior, very similar, but now we're going to the exterior portions of lines A and B. Now we're going to talk about these 4 angles here. Alternate exterior angles are non-adjacent angles that lie outside the lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So if we go ahead and take a look at these two, we've got this angle here, which is going to jump across the transversal and slide down to the other exterior position from line A to line B. There we go. And likewise, this other exterior angle here is going to jump across and slide down to this position right here. Alternate exterior.